Back in vlog 55, the tail lamp conversion episode, our viewers Plaxax and Nothing's Working pointed out the gasket on the round tail lamps does not cover the extra opening the hex tail lamps had, so the Beaver panel is gonna leak water. You guys are right. I do appreciate when viewers point out something I'm overlooking. I'm gonna fix that right now. Sheet metal. I had this lying around the shop. I'm gonna use this as a base for the gasket. This hole will have to be oblong and much bigger because it needs to account for the space of the plastic housing that contains the stud. This is butyl tape. Back when I owned a sailing catamaran, butyl tape became my BFF. Ain't nothing leaking past butyl tape if you apply it properly. So that's going to be my gasket. It's the butyl tape that's going to do all the sealing here. And the butyl tape is sticky, so things just kind of stay put. The metal plates just, kind of like holding it together. Let's put the lens back on. Butyl tape is a beautiful thing. Butyl tape is shapeable, so I can squeeze it around and make a seal in any of these open spots. Also in vlog 55, I asked y'all for input on what you would do with the old reflector holes in the Beaver panel. Many great ideas were submitted. Thanks for chiming in on that. The plan I liked the best was chrome bumper bolts. That adds a little more chrome bling to the Beaver panel, and I like that idea. Well, let's give it a go. New reflectors built into the bumper bar. Old reflectors. Just got to fill the holes where these old reflectors went. Putting them back on the car is going to be too much reflector for me. Don't like the look. I kind of test fitted it. No likey. Got some beautiful chrome carriage bolts. Gonna put those on. Gonna favor the fat washers because I'm going to use the butyl tape again, which is very pliable. Pliability of the butyl tape will allow these square cut carriage bolts to mate up with a round hole and still seal it. What's he doing putting a square peg in a round hole? So yeah, it kind of mates up to there. It's going to have a little gap, but that's where the butyl tape comes in. The butyl tape will take up the gap. So I want a very small square of butyl tape. And I gotta punch a hole in that. After application, I will trim away the excess. Let's get a nut and a washer on the back end there. Now I don't need to crank it down. And now I can shape the butyl tape to occupy the gap here because of the square peg in a round hole business. Okay, next bolt hole. Small piece. This stuff makes a great seal. I learned that when I had a 40-foot sailing catamaran. Sometimes the deck fittings leak, so you just get in there with butyl tape and no more leak. Even though butyl tape is a pliable putty type thing, it won't harden. So it's not going to like harden and crack in the sun. That's why it's so good for sailboats. Alright, after tightening, not crazy about the look. I like the chrome button. You know, I know the butyl tape's there, so I see it. And this isn't forever. I can change it if I don't like it. I don't really like how this looks. I like the chrome button. Once I get an engine and tranny in this thing, I'm gonna take it down to a shop that'll wrap the car. At that time, we'll fill these holes.